कर सकती, क्योंकि एकांत प्रिय आत्मा ऐसी शक्तिशाली बन जाती है जो अपनी सूक्ष्म शक्तियां मानव बुद्धि को जिस समय चाहे जहां चाहे एकाग्र कर सकते, चाहे पैर की परिस्थिति हलचल की हो, लेकिन एकांत प्रिय आत्मा एक के अंत में सेकंड में एकाग्र हो जाए। जैसे सागर के ऊपर लहरों का कितना आवाज होता है, कितनी हलचल होती है, लेकिन सागर के अंत में हलचल नहीं होती। तो जब एक के अंत में चले जाएंगे, ज्ञान सागर के अंत में चले जाएंगे, इसलिए हलचल समाप्त हो, एकाग्र बन जाते हैं। सोना सूक्ष्म सेवा किया है, शुभ भावना शुभकामना शब्द सभी बोलते रहते हैं, लेकिन इसके महत्व को जान प्रत्यक्ष रूप में आने से अनेक आत्माओं को प्रत्यक्ष फल के अनुभूति के निमित्त बनो। समझा ना सभी ने, समझा।
Om Shanti. Welcome to Avekti Parivar. Today is day 25. Divine Sanskar, Divine World. Devi Sanskar, Devi Sansar, doubly non-violent. So now we will listen to Mohini Didi, and today is Friday. So in our Vyakti journey, we will be having a story. So please stay back with us. Now we will listen to Mohini Didi.
Om Shanti, everyone. Is everyone okay? Well, yes, good. Yesterday, Baba said in the message that we are jewels of contentment. I didn't ask if you all are jewels of contentment. Is everyone jewel of contentment? So, did you all raise your hand? Yes, very good. Also, yesterday it was a beautiful scene, no? As I mentioned about all the ancestor souls and Baba, Mama, they sit in a semicircle. So, we all used to hear, recently we haven't, Baba said in the end, there will be tribunal. And if you just pass without even signal, that is, you pass with honor. But yesterday Baba was saying, actually, this is the court. So now as angels, you go take drishti from all of them, and you won't need to go through same court as tribunal in the end, right? So that is called pass with honor. But today Baba also said we have to pass with honor. Baba uses the word holiest for all of us. Holiest. Why Baba calls us holiest? Because we are free from vices and also does not involve in any kind of subtle and the gross violence. Can you imagine that we had so many vices, right? Not 5, but big clan of vices. But when we belong to Baba, and as soon as there was understanding that I am a soul and what are my original qualities, and I began journey as a deity, there was a big transformation. Big transformation. Many, many things we thought they were part of us. We forgot about them, right? We adopted purity in a very natural way. And I think maybe little bit traces are left, right? Baba wants us to be peaceful. Baba wants us to be happy. And for that, Baba said, of course, Maryada Purushottam is a very, very big degree, right? And our not only soul is becoming pure, but because physically also we observe purity, so the nature is also becoming pure. Sato Pradhan. So we have to keep ourselves peaceful, happy. We have to be full, right? Or to remain full. So that is why Baba mentions that there are some what we call as weaknesses, some which are like defects, right? Mama used to give us example that if you have a chronic sickness, even if you get well, but your body is still not very strong, doctors will call it immune system of the body, but there is immune system of the soul too, which has become weak. No? Today's Baba's blessing was not to be delicate. When I came in knowledge, I was very young. So Didi Mohini used to tell, you won't manage if you are delicate, you have to be strong. Like today, Baba, that we have to do wonders. So how we do wonders? And then Baba is encouraging us that even if you get 2 minutes, go in solitude. Because for our strength, inner strength, to get powers, it's important for us to go in solitude. And in solitude, you are in your true self, you are with Baba. And that power of the soul keep increasing, keep increasing. You have to see in 24 hours, right? Baba uses the word civil eyes and criminal eyes, right? Criminal eyes could be because of desires, could be because of greed, could be because of attachment, ego, right? So we can start with every physical organ and see if there is non-violence, right? One could be in ego, but also sometimes a stern kind, you show you not happy with someone, so you have a stern eye, or you don't look at that person, right? I know that Baba has given us this practice, right? When you say Om Shanti, take drishti. Share drishti with each other. Why? Because that's true Om Shanti. Otherwise, we say Om Shanti, but not true Om Shanti because we don't look at each other. So same could be our mouth. They have shown in Vishnu's hand the conch, that is the purity of words. Words only which awakens bring benefit to the soul. Because we have to speak God's knowledge, right? So how will everyone receive the message properly, will be touched, if my conch or the mouth only speaks of Baba's knowledge? So we can actually look at each sense organ, each part of the body, and see if I am completely non-violent. There's no any kind of harshness or attraction or desires. I remember that all of us, I think most of us, we take sorrow, right? You don't give sorrow intentionally, of course not. Nobody wants to give sorrow, but it does happen. And then few years ago, I said, if I'm a good person, I'm doing everything good, why am I taking sorrow? If something has happened, right, and it really caused sorrow, So again that thought comes, again that thought comes, 10 times it comes, then 20 times it comes. So someone caused sorrow one time, and I gave myself sorrow 20 times, right? By repeating that thought, bringing those feelings. I know that if, let's say, I have seen while coming here, if I see accident or something, I just see in such a way that I don't remember. Because as many times I remember, I will be on the site of accident. I will feel sorrow. I will feel mercy. So one of the way is to not allow the mind to again and again think about that situation which has caused sorrow to you. So someone caused sorrow, I took it and then I keep it, right? So this is violence towards the self, no? Sometimes even for a few years, people remember how much I was hurt by someone's words or someone's action. So if I have to be double non-violent, I should remember, don't cause violence towards your own self first. As much you become non-violent this way, for the self, you will be very sweet, very peaceful. And when you will look at Baba, you will be proud of your own efforts. Right? So just observe. And by observing, bring some more attention. Internally, I always say, no, I'm not going to think about this again. I'm not going to, whatever I've seen, I don't want to think about it. Because if I think, then it becomes Sanskar. And then it will again emerge. And especially, once someone was not physically well, and this soul was remembering everything what didn't happen. So when Baba says, as is the end, so is the beginning. So how do I clear everything internally? So it don't keep coming again and again in my thought. Of course, solitude is important. Effort is important. And see that you don't hold anything which could cause like physical ailments. Soul, same is soul, right? Mind and intellect. We need power, we need silence, we need love, we need peace for the self and also to serve the world. So think about it, contemplate and see in practical life you get the title of being non-violent. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti. So we'll be doing story time in our Vyakti journey. So before we do that, let's get our homework for tomorrow. So would like to invite our dear angel sister, Sister Tanya. Welcome.
Om Shanti. This title of being doubly nonviolent, I think it's one of my favorites. In the sense, it really, we always hear it being connected to the deities, and it seems to be one of the unique praise that is given to the deities. But being a former deity, all of us, being these former deities, and having become so violent, and I think this is a wonderful exercise, as you were sharing, Mohini Didi, these very subtle ways, especially our thoughts. These thoughts we have that we create that are like, little darts that we throw at ourselves. And to truly be free from that violence inside my mind is so attractive. And of course, where I'm throwing those darts at are my heart. So I want to take care of my heart, because this is the heart that is going to be creating my fortune. It is when my heart is healed, when my heart is free and is full, that I can then create that future. And it will be with that heart that I will be living that future. But I start living that now. And so I like the connection with solitude, that I am, and I think it's such a wonderful feeling that I only have the company of truth. So connecting that to the Maryadas. And that is that solitude. Only Baba's there and my truth. And it's not thoughts even, it's that feeling, that Satswarup, that form of truth. It's that deep experience that is so, so beautiful and so full of dignity and royalty. It is our divinity. So I want to check that I don't have other company throwing darts at my heart, that I just have Baba healing my heart and my own truth, giving me that confidence and that faith that truly I am becoming that deity. So I want to pay attention to that and finish for at least half the cycle. I want to finish that violence and finish it now. And there's so much joy when I can finish that, and so much benefit. So let's look at our homework and see how that is going to help us to be able to pay that careful attention and experience that beautiful praise. So for divine Sanskar, divine world, our focus today and for tomorrow, doubly nonviolent. Doubly nonviolent means a pure, charitable soul, a great soul, one who commits no type of sin. So check yourself in this way. To what extent you have adopted the most elevated stage of the soul. The Father sings praise of such most elevated souls. Om Shanti.
Doubly nonviolent. Doubly nonviolent means a pure, charitable soul, a great soul, one who commits no type of sin. So check yourself in this way. To what extent you adopted the most elevated stage of the soul. The Father sings praise of such most elevated souls.
डबल अहिंसक। डबल अहिंसक अर्थात पुण्यात्मा, महान आत्मा, जिससे कोई प्रकार का पाप न हो। ऐसे अपने को चेक करो कि आत्मा की सर्वश्रेष्ठ स्टेज कहाँ तक धारण की है। ऐसे सर्वश्रेष्ठ आत्माओं का बाप भी गायन करते हैं।
Om Shanti.
Om Shanti. So tomorrow is Saturday. Please make a note of it. Tomorrow's schedule is Amritwela 3:30 a.m. to 4:45 a.m. Meditation will start at 6 a.m. So tomorrow we have a special angel sister from all the way from London, and Sister Manda is with us here, and she will be reading Hindi Sakar Murli tomorrow, and we'll be having English, Tamil, Telugu translation available. So this will be from 7 to 8:30 a.m. So please make a note of this. And of course, she will be reading Avyakt Murli on Sunday. So we will announce the schedule for Sunday tomorrow. But this is to let you all know, Sunday she will be reading Avyakt English Murli. And Hindi translation will be available on Sunday. So timings, etc. We'll let you know tomorrow. Tomorrow, Avyakti Children class, 2 p.m. to 3:30 p.m. The evening meditation will start at 6 p.m. Followed by Hindi series, meditation, English series, and Saturday is our chit chat day. So heart-to-heart chit chat with Didi and Eric Pai. So this is the schedule for tomorrow, and now let's start our Avyakti journey. Welcome to Avyakti journey, Mohini Didi, the living light. Stories of spirituality that inspire and illuminate. So now I'd like to invite our dear angel Sister Body. Welcome.
Thank you, Bhumi. Good evening and welcome, Brother Dev, on this very wintry evening to the warmth of Peace Village. So, Dev, you have a story for us, which might even be to do with Peace Village, right?
Yes. Om Shanti. You can hear me okay?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So since we're in Peace Village, the story chosen is of an incident or an experience in Peace Village. So here is the story. Many years ago, there was a retreat of the VIPs at Peace Village. Usually, every retreat is supported by Sevadaris so that the retreat can run smoothly and people can have best experience. For some reason, that weekend, we had relatively less Sevadaris. And on top of that, the dishwashing machine in the kitchen was broken.
Mm-hmm.
So the only two brothers, myself and one more, who were available that weekend, were assigned for dishwashing and pot washing. The cooking was special since it was a VIP retreat, which meant more pots and pans and more dishes to wash. We both started washing after breakfast for more than 2 hours, and then again the same task after lunch and dinner. So pretty much the whole day we were doing this seva. The next morning, Didi was reading Avyakt Murli. In the Murli, Baba was talking about who will become worthy of worship souls and how at the confluence stage they accumulate so many blessings that they become bestowers of blessings on the path of devotion. While reading the Murli, Didi paused and asked the question, who will accumulate the most blessings here? For a moment, there was silence in the class. Then Didi looked at both of us and said, these two brothers will accumulate the most blessings. They have been washing pots the whole day and they look so tireless. Then she added, I will only receive a few blessings this weekend and you both will receive much more than me. And the values observed in this story: observation, observe, acknowledge, and appreciate. So that's the story.
Before we invite our beloved sister, can you tell me what the experience was of receiving that blessing?
Experience of?
The blessing that was given to you by Sister Mohini. What was your experience?
So, by the way, this is the story I wrote. So that's why Sister Wadi is asking this question. So obviously that the feeling and the experience was that, this will be real for me, and that didn't expect that we would be noticed in this way, or it's a VIP retreat, like we were doing just our task that was given to us. But when we heard this, the feeling was that, wow, that is such a beautiful thing to hear from, senior, and that will be the truth. That will become true. That was a feeling.
Okay. That's nice. Okay. So now Didi can join us. Welcome, Sister Mohini. Do you remember this incident?
I don't remember, but
No.
I can relate.
I'm curious. Again, was it the work itself that drew the blessing, or was it that you saw it? Doesn't the work by itself, isn't there automatically blessings within the work itself? And is it possible that I could become dependent on someone acknowledging the work that I've done, that...
I think that Brahma Baba, you must have seen doing karma yoga together with everyone. Every kind of karma yoga. There is one very difficult task is to rolling chapati is one thing, but there is something they call it papad. So rolling that is quite hard, and you have to roll it very thin. But Brahma Baba will sit with them, and then we saw dadis. And one time it happened that there were few brothers. They were working until late. So then they came. I heard the story and said to that sister that if it was Dadi Janki, she would have looked for us, would come with the container of tolis. And that gives such a big feeling. So, but that doesn't happen here. And then there was one, he was a guest, but kind of IP. And so he was given the duty of dishes, right? So it was 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock. It didn't stop, but nobody even went to release him to go for lunch. So what I'm saying that it's our part of duty actually, that when, now I don't walk around or go in the kitchen, but we have to make sure that, whatever anyone is doing is not too much for, we can just, even if we would have asked those guests, later on, a few years or months after, we thought some of the guests wanted to go in the kitchen to do karma yoga, so they went and they start washing dishes. So that means if we tell people we need help, because they had been sitting and eating whole day, they were fed and hospitality. And if you tell them to come in the kitchen and do some karma yoga, they will be very happy. We can't give them cooking and all that. So in that small, inside there is a small dining room. So we were having birthday for one of the Nivasi. So those who were washing dishes, IPs, they all heard that happy birthday song. So we invited them to come. So join cutting cake, and then they went out and they told everyone we had big celebration and we were just washing pots there, and why we were not invited? We should have been invited. But what this person said, if you want to be part of family, you have to be in the kitchen doing something, or in dining room where. So I feel that there is importance of karma yoga, but also it is important. Assigning is a big job. Assigning, so many people are there, but inspiring others also. Sometimes I say, oh, you just announce this, you will see how another 6, 8 will come, and it will be done very quickly, because I believe that our cooperation should be such that not only 1 or 2 left and we all went in our rooms. This little bit care amongst ourselves in the family can really be very encouraging. I say to them, even if you are passing and you see someone chopping vegetables, just say, do you need help? Even that person might say, I'm fine. But at least say that, oh, no, that's their duty. This is not today, I'm not doing that. So sometimes the way I am brought up as Baba's child in Yagya, as an unlimited family, I will always make sure that we all share. And you will be surprised that most active all the time actually is kitchen, because starts at tea time, and then is breakfast, then is snacks, then is lunch, then another snacks, then dinner, and night time herbal tea, right? So it goes on. And that means so many cups, so many, of course, sometimes we use paperware, but that becomes a lot too. So I think that this whole feeling of yagya and also as a family, it is very, very important. So whether I acknowledge, it's not question of dependency, but it is more I did from my heart, because, but as I'm saying that now, if there is any chance I come to know, like, few come to me that I was given so much and I couldn't manage. There are some new ones, right? At home, they have never done that much. So I say, no, give them, like, sensibly, so that they all can do it. But I always say, wherever I am, even once I was in Brazil, mostly after public program, by the time we come is 8:39. So it was Wednesday. Now next morning is Thursday. And these souls really do it. Clean kitchen, prepare, wash everything. They really prepare for Thursday morning. So I said, we all had good dinner. He said, we're not going up. We all will sit here. Each one of us will do something. And everything finished in half an hour, and they went. But generally what will happen? Those 2 or 1, we have to clean kitchen, have to prepare for next morning, and everyone has gone in the room. So I think that I like, actually, I'm saying it loud so that everyone hears me, that within the family, this whole thing of helping hand, cooperation, and of course acknowledge and appreciate too, those who had been cooking whole day, and we just eat and have a chat, and if we like it or not, find out recipes and come back. But not from our heart even say thanks to them, or even go and acknowledge it was very good, what you all did for us. I think this kind of feelings are very, very important, very comforting, empowering, and I think they are real feelings.
Oh, for sure, for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, because you've been there yourself, you've done all those things yourself. Baba said in Murli this week, and it caught my attention because he used the English word. He said that cooking and serving is a subject, and he used the English word subject, which contains a lot of secrets, I think. And then, just as you're saying, an old brother from Miami was sharing with me today how once, I don't know where it took place, but he was just a young brother, whatever, and he was sitting there, and all of a sudden you came over and you said you haven't eaten yet, and you gave him a plate of food. And he was so touched by that, that you had noticed. So this thing of noticing, of observing, and, Daddy Janki, I used to wonder how she did this. She could be sick upstairs in her bed for the last week. And she'll tell you, go downstairs, go to such and such a dabba or box, and this is the Toli you will find, and this is how many pieces will be in it. I think, how did she know that? Because she wasn't downstairs. But this is what I see, that fine, I might be okay in my own little domain, but this wide angle vision that all of you exemplify. And so I was wondering, all information has to come to you. You know everything, Mohini Ben, from the beginning of the yajna. You even know things on regions that we don't even know about. You know about all the people, you know about all the situations, and wondering also if you have, people that you can rely on to give you information, not big stories, but where that nowadays, do you find that just by getting the essence, you know the whole story? And is there a burden with that of having so much information? I mean, I can tell you about Miami, but not a lot more. But you have to tell me about the whole BK world.
One thing before that, I just want to say that, whenever the Toli comes, right? Let's say I send Toli to London, right? Or anyone, even locally makes Toli. So that person will say, I sent Toli, did you taste it? Now, if the sisters haven't shown me, I don't say, no, I don't, because I don't want to. I said, oh, it came. I was told I will taste later. What I'm saying, it is expected that we should see the Toli, we should taste the Toli, and we tell them how the Toli was. This is how Dadi Janki might be knowing how much. Because whenever I took Toli, she will say, how many numbers? Because then she think when to feed that Toli, because special Toli I want to feed tomorrow morning, I want to feed Sunday morning. This is how Brahma Baba, when the fruits came, he used to sow in his room how to set mangoes and bananas and, some very special fruits used to come. I think this love also for Toli and fruits is like valuing things,
Yes.
Because Yagya is not only giving lectures, right? You need everything. You need fruits, you need food, you need everything. So as much we take interest, like Boli Dadi will go every morning at 7 before Dadiji goes for Murli to discuss what will be Brahma Bhojan today. And they both will talk about it. And so I think there is importance of keeping information of Yagya. Now, see again, how do we hear stories, in the sense of, if you understand, don't allow too much your intellect and start making comments, this is always like that. That is because people have habit of digging information, bringing stories. And I don't know, I just keep essence. I keep listening to as much I want. I listen, but I keep as much as necessary. I was sharing earlier that, once there was a big accident on the road and Baba's children were going home from retreat. They were part of that big retreat. And so I'm seeing like, dead bodies and helicopter. And they were waiting. They heard that I am coming, but traffic was completely blocked for 2 hours. We couldn't move. Anyway, finally, when we moved, and Kalaban was with me, but she had her phone off, so they were trying to call. And when I reached, they all police and they just said, Chief has come. Okay, what should we do? Tell your people they're not going. I said, well, those who have to go home, go. Those who have to go, like we had to disperse that, our crowd, Brahmin crowd, because all the cars, they just stopped to see what is going on. And nobody wanted to leave because they thought they might have to help in some way. But then how much one can hold those scenes? So I see it, I only remember the best part of in the end, how everything went and how police appreciated, how we helped them. So it depends on what you take in and what you don't.
Mhm.
And I'm very careful in taking in, because if it goes in, it doesn't, somewhere, someday, everything will come in front of you again. Once we had just moved to White House, now we call it a Vyakti Bhavan, first time, and we all came for retreat. Ratan Mohini Didi had come. So when we went, there was break-in first time. And when we went, everything was on floor and rooms, like everything was open. But I didn't want it to see anything. I said, okay. And I try not to even recollect, because then that thought stays. And then that fear comes. And then so many emotions connected with that scene. So I think we all have to keep Baba in between, look at the scene, listen to the story, sorrow, suffering, pain, so much is happening these days. But Baba will help. Baba has to listen. So I listen in such a way, keeping Baba in front, let Baba help these souls. I don't say, okay, I will help you. I will give you Sakash. Even they say it, I said, sure. But I know that it's karmic accounts, and only Baba can remove, right? Baba can remove the sorrow and give happiness. So I think that, yes, it's a big family, right?
Mhm.
And in these days, every day at least there is one sister leaves body every day. You all won't know, but in India, so in our rosary, Madhuban rosary, uh, this sister died, this sister left. So what you say? Give good wishes to them wherever these souls are. 110 left body in COVID, and they all were seniors. Someone was telling me yesterday that one brother was visiting, that the sister invited me, but he left. She left body, but another one left body next. Because when COVID happened, then 2, 3 went together. So many centers. So I got the whole list. I told them, send me the list, because we want to pay respect to them. Then I wrote to Ratan Mohini Dadi that on behalf of Yagya, because they surrendered to Yagya, a good message should go for everyone. So after that, little tradition has been formed that, they should be given some respects, and those souls who have served for 30 years, 40 years, 45 years, many are leaving body because it's the age also. Plus these days, still, no, so many different kinds of virus. And so I think that it's very, very important for us to hear, but keep what I need to keep, and give, let, as if they are sharing with Baba. When Baba had to come in Dadi Gulzar, one day before, they allow everyone, those who have something important to share. So someone shared service, someone shared their difficulties, whatever, and she is listening, as if Baba is listening. Because otherwise, but again, because she has to tell Baba, get some message for them or blessings for them. So up to certain extent, you remember, you share with Baba, and then you make it as a scene of drama. But some
Yeah.
people sit and talk about those stories, and they keep going on and on. I think that's not necessary.
Wow. So you never have the experience of an overload of information,
Yeah.
of news, because it's not just to inform you, but usually they're needing something from you as well.
Yeah.
Do you never, I suppose, like the same way that Brother Dev saying that they kept working with the pots and everything and they didn't get tired. And so this is the spiritual service, but your blessings, I guess, that you receive as a result of that must also help, no?
Yeah, there was a time few years ago when I had to meet 22 teachers from one country, one after another. So I used to stay in the room across Dadi Janki's room in Indraprasth. So they will come. So after meeting 10, 12, I was very tired. And I told them, can I take break? Because then we can meet little later. And then I said, why I'm tired? What is making me tired? And I realized it is my expectation from them. And as soon as I realized, I just quickly said, I will only listen. And from my pure heart, whatever are my suggestions, I will give. And then I said, okay, let me finish. And they start coming. Another 11 when I met, I didn't feel anything after that. So I realized that tiredness is coming somewhere where you either disappointed or you expected something more, but they didn't show you that, and their dharana is not as it should have been. And there will always be difference in what my stage and dharana or anyone, because everyone is on their own journey and everyone is at their own stage. So once Manor Dadi said, when I was very young, and of course efficient and clever in many ways, if you expect others to be like you will always be disappointed in life.
Yeah. Yeah.
Everyone has one's own part to play. They will do what they could do.
Yeah.
So this expectation is one thing and bhavana is another thing. So now I realize that we need to have bhavana for everyone, for their spiritual growth, for their, whatever well-being, but not expectations.
Yeah.
So I change it more towards having a pure bhavana, pure vision towards every Baba's child, that they should be successful. Everything should be good with them. I was telling sisters that I can't do a lot now physically. You all do, but I do yoga and also share with all of you so that you all can keep doing properly. You all keep good health and everything. So I think that it big stories do come, and sometimes you are kind of oh, can this happen? But it is happening. It's real. But how can I help? So what I have recent practices, I go a lot into solitude and I see what Baba has to say, because what is expected of me is answer for his solution or another way of doing things. And that only Baba can help me now, no one else. And I don't want to be necessarily influenced by what others want me to do, because Brahma Baba one time, Didi Mohini was telling something, and Brahma Baba was, don't try to influence me. I have to listen to Shiv Baba.
Wow.
So I don't forget that. I always say that whatever I have to say has to be what Baba tells me.
So you never have a sweet argument with Baba. You never allow yourself to make any excuses, right? To Baba.
No excuses.
Way past that.
Yeah. No excuses, but also see, I think when somebody has to play a part, then you have to grow with those abilities, right? Or specialties. And now I see that, and then I, luckily with a Vyakti Parivar and this all homework practices, and it's not only I really do it whole day, whatever homework we take, that helps me a lot also. Because then, as Baba said, your mind and intellect is more subtle, more clear, more connected with Baba. So you get very clear. Sometimes even I haven't heard completely, an answer is there. So I know that Baba has guided, okay. So I listen, but I know that this is how it should be and it could be. This is how. Definitely, I feel that this Avyakti Parivar, I don't know how Baba has given us this, so that those who want to sincerely make efforts, at least we have 1 point per day. And it's increasing, no more leaves and practices, solitude and concentration, everything is improving. I get a lot of beautiful emails from people how the changes which are happening in their lives by
Do you make
regularly.
any connection? Perhaps not. Humility probably wouldn't allow it, but your progress, and I'm not talking now about giving classes and things, but that your internal progress is making us also move forward. A more subtle blessing, if you like.
Yeah, it's amazing that how we are together every evening now for 18 months now almost. And so it's collective efforts are always like brings a lot of joy and lightness, and sharing is very good. I recently had been realizing how important it is, as if I am being invoked at 7 o'clock. And maybe that invocation of the souls are helping me to continue. If that wouldn't happen, maybe I will say today I'm not doing it, or maybe I don't have much to share. But I just feel, because when I come, gallery is full. One gallery is full, second is full. It's all full. So it's the invocation must be happening. So of Baba, but also I feel that, and that gives me a lot of inspiration and strength, and I share whatever I feel.
Yeah.
Anyway, welcome to Peace Village.
Thank you so much. I'll see you in a minute. This is nice to be able to pop into from one room to the other. And so, Dev, what is your takeaway? Some lovely points. I really like this thing of the connection between the tiredness and having expectations or disappointment of souls. Yeah, it's very nice. Yes, Dev.
Yeah, I think really at the core, it is this quality of care.
Yeah.
And it is that aspect of care that is what, like once makes you observe everything, what's happening, and appreciate and acknowledge. Because if that care is not there, then I don't think these qualities actually will emerge. So that was very beautiful. This, at the very core, it is this caring for the members of the family. And I also, connecting back to last Friday's conversation, I think Didi is saying protecting the self is so important. And that's why whatever we hear, have to kind of be essential and not take too much. Otherwise, it will influence our own thinking and our decision making. So that's also kind of, I feel today it came up again, protecting the self so that the listening is according to that. Then essentially, we don't take too much of information into ourselves.
Yeah.
So, thank you.
So what you take in and what you keep. Yeah. Thank you so very, very much.
Thank you. You also still find stories, right?
We have more stories.
Okay, thank you. And
it's good. We're getting to know you better.
Om Shanti. Thank you.
Thank you.
Om Shanti. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you so much, Didi, Sister Bonnie, and Brother Dev. That was a beautiful conversation and beautiful stories coming up. And I'm sure many are inspired to send more and more stories. So someone was asking me how long this will be. I myself don't know. So let's see how long it will be. But it's a beautiful session. Thank you so much. And now let's remember Baba. Again, just a reminder, tomorrow is morning Murli, Hindi Murli. And Sister Manda will be reading. And we'll be having English, Telugu, Tamil translation available. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti. Avyakti Parivar. Good night, everyone. Om Shanti. Yes, all are fearless.